In this next segment, I'd like to show you how the Federal Reserve conceals the truth from you. They make up a bunch of lies. This can go on for months and months. They tell you that everything is all right, while in the background there's a crisis building. And by the time that you find out about it, it's too late for you to protect yourself. In watching the Federal Reserve's balance sheet and the different aggregates on the balance sheet, you can see if the composition of the balance sheet changes suddenly, that there could be an emergency going on, and you might be able to protect yourself in the future. You might have forewarning. What we see here, this is the composition of the Federal Reserve's balance sheet, and this is the total size of the Federal Reserve's balance sheet. So December of 2013, it was $4 trillion. This is from the Wall Street Journal. We'll include a link below the video here so that you can go and play with this yourself. But what's amazing is it has all these aggregates of their balance sheet, the composition, and if you click on one, this is U.S. Treasuries, and it says how much they were holding at any specific date. You can wipe across this, and then you click on it again, and the rest of it comes back. Click on another one, and it shows you federal agency debt securities. And then you click on another one, and it shows you, and this is direct bank lending. And the thing about this is you can clearly see that something started to happen back in December of 2007, and they started this direct bank lending. Now, banks do not like to borrow from the Federal Reserve directly. That means that they're in trouble, that they can't borrow from anybody else. It's a sign that the whole system is starting to freeze up when banks have to go to the Federal Reserve. You know, they call them the lender of last resort. Well, this is the last resort starting to happen in December of 2007, and it gets worse and worse and worse, and then the crisis doesn't happen until September of 2008. So there's a good 9 months there that the Federal Reserve was telling us everything is all right, where they knew that things were getting worse and worse and worse. They were trying to desperately figure out how to fix things and how to keep everything, smooth things over so that you would never know about it. And then, if we look at some of the other things that were going on here, this is central bank liquidity swaps. And again, this starts in December of 2007, and then Bear Stearns and Lehman Brothers goes away in September of 2008 is when everything got really bad. This is commercial paper. These are the bailouts of like General Motors and stuff like that. They're buying commercial paper to keep companies, big companies, from folding. And so this is a great tool that you can use yourself to figure out if something's coming. And we will be watching this also. I mean, I always go to the Federal Reserve's website and watch it. This is a pretty neat gizmo, although, you know, it's embedded in an old article, so I don't think they'll be updating it. But we do this by going directly to the Federal Reserve's website. But what's disconcerting here is you look at mortgage-backed securities, and they took all of these off the bank's balance sheets back in 2008 and 2009, trying to alleviate the crisis that was going up and keep going on and keep all the banks from going under. And then, you know, some of these, then they started selling off some of these, and they reduced their position. But then that bottomed in October of 2012, and they've been taking more of these mortgage-backed securities during the quantitative easings. They've been increasing their position and taking these off the bank's balance sheet. Well, when they invest in these, it pushes it. That's an investment in real estate, and it pushes real estate up. And so this is going into funding mortgages, basically. And so this is part of what has reflated the real estate market after the crash of 2008 and pushed it back into where, if you measure it against what it costs to have a 30-year mortgage payment versus the size of the average income of a person, the real estate is back into a bubble. And so this is sort of scary, but I just thought that this is a fascinating tool that you should see. This is out of the local newspaper in Los Angeles. Home prices jumped 17% in the at Southland. Do we have a housing bubble? No, we've got a hyper bubble. Inflation adjusted home index price back to 1890. This is the cost of building the home. This is the population and the 10-year bond yield. Home prices are just in lunaticsville. The home building industry, this is the insider buy-sell ratios. Now, to understand what this is, you need to know what the average is, and there's always more sells than buys because the owners of all these companies and the insiders